The whole country is still stubbornly divided. Can we even fix that? I've got good news. Our American founding fathers did have a fix for that. When our founding fathers were asked, what kind of government do we have? Their answer was, a republic with a democratic process, if you can keep it. The majority was to rule, but only with this very important caveat that the minority must not be overruled, especially when it comes to transgressing their conscience. Instead, they're to be given reasonable accommodations acceptable to them. The fix and the goal is consensus, not coercion. And this was further reinforced by provisions for redress, freedom to exercise religion and speech and autonomy, and for the balance of powers. And all this was in the context of being empowered to remain true to one's conscience. The Judeo-Christian context within which the majority lived was the impetus to maintain a clean conscience before God. Their motto being, in God we trust, not money, not politics, and certainly not unaccountable power. And upon the solid foundation of one nation under God, they built a great nation in record time that was the envy of the world as a land of opportunity. But in the 1960s, the religion of humanism overcame our education system and brought values clarification into the classrooms. And they were teaching the pursuit of personal power to negate parental authority and every other authority by extension. Hello, think about that. And this opened the door to self-gratification over principled citizen values, including the denigration of our conscience, lest we heed its warnings. And this began our great divide, America's descent into the abyss of moral relativism and the loss of her moral conscience and compass became the sexual revolution. It brought it forward, and that with that concurrently was the exploitation of the unwary. And today, sexual trafficking in America is at an all-time high, to our shame worldwide, and all the consequences spare no one. And all the social ills we suffer today are the direct result of our selfish sickness. To fix the division, we all need to come together towards center. And basically we just got to stop blame shifting and fault finding and slandering. This selfish trend to redefine concepts and truths and morals and rules of the game has proven to be the very cause of our divide. And all of us are equally guilty, and it will take all of us to get back on track. We need each other now more than ever. Our foundation was solid. So let's not throw out our Constitution or our Bill of Rights. No, let's instead look to our roots and let the Judeo-Christian moral compass be our guide, since it actually worked all those years. And because now our collective conscience has become diluted with subjective moral relativism, leaving us confused and weak and vulnerable and lost. How do we even find or even rediscover the principles, ways that our founding fathers knew? It's all in the Bible they followed. It's still the worldwide bestseller ever since it was first printed. So let's put the Bible back into our schools and let it speak for itself. Because look, there are no winners in culture wars and no losers in consensus. Think about that. So let's advocate for positive social behavior, compassion, responsibility, things like that. Together we can fix our cultural divide. Will you start today? Let's advocate for positive social behavior. Together we can fix our cultural divide. Will you start today? Forward this video to whoever you will. Just come together, America.